Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Linda Evangelista is a Canadian supermodel and one of the most iconic figures of the fashion industry, celebrated for her striking looks, chameleon-like versatility, and profound influence on the modeling world during the late 1980s and 1990s. Widely regarded as one of the original supermodels, alongside names like Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, and Claudia Schiffer, Evangelista helped define an era when models became global celebrities. Early life and career beginnings. Linda Evangelista was born on May 10, 1965, in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, to Italian immigrant parents. From a young age, she showed an interest in fashion and beauty. Her modeling journey began after she participated in the Miss Teen Niagara pageant, where she was noticed by a representative from Elite Model Management. She moved to New York City in the early 1980s to pursue modeling seriously, and though her rise was not immediate, her persistence and distinctive presence eventually made her a standout figure in the competitive fashion industry. Rise to supermodel status. Evangelista's breakthrough came in the mid-1980s after cutting her hair short at the suggestion of photographer Peter Lindbergh, a bold move that transformed her career. Her new haircut became known as the Linda, inspiring women worldwide to adopt similar styles. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, Evangelista graced countless magazine covers, including Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle, and walked the runway for top designers such as Versace, Chanel, Dior, Valentino, and Dolce & Gabbana. Known for her professionalism and ability to completely transform in front of the camera, she became a muse to some of the most influential photographers in the world, including Steven Meisel, Patrick Demarchelier, and Herb Ritts. Evangelista famously declared, "We don't wake up for less than $10,000 a day," a line that became emblematic of the supermodel era and the newfound power and prestige models had achieved. Later career and influence. Even as the fashion industry evolved, Evangelista maintained her influence. She took periodic breaks from modeling but returned to the spotlight multiple times, including high-profile campaigns for brands such as L'Oreal, Prada, and Fendi. Her collaborations with photographers like Steven Meisel continued to shape modern fashion imagery. In the 2000s and 2010s, Evangelista became a respected figure and mentor within the industry, celebrated not only for her beauty but also for her artistry, professionalism, and advocacy for models' rights. Personal life and challenges. Evangelista has been relatively private about her personal life. She was married to elite executive Gerald Murray in the late 1980s, and later had a son, Augustin James, with businessman François-Henri Pinault in 2006. In recent years, she has spoken candidly about health and body image struggles. In 2021, Evangelista revealed that she had become brutally disfigured after undergoing a cosmetic procedure called CoolSculpting, which caused a rare side effect known as paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. Her courage in sharing this experience earned widespread respect and renewed conversations about beauty standards and the pressures placed on women in the public eye. Legacy. Linda Evangelista remains one of the most iconic and transformative figures in fashion history. Her ability to embody different looks, moods, and personas redefined what it meant to be a model. Often described as the model's model, she influenced generations of younger models and continues to be celebrated as a timeless symbol of beauty, elegance, and strength. Recent years and comeback. 2020s. After a long period away from the public eye, Linda Evangelista re-emerged in the 2020s, showing remarkable resilience and grace. Following her 2021 revelation about complications from the CoolSculpting procedure, she received overwhelming support from fans, fellow models, and the fashion community. Her honesty about the emotional and physical toll of the experience helped destigmatize conversations about cosmetic procedures and body image in the fashion world. In 2022, Evangelista made a powerful return to modeling with a British Vogue cover story, photographed by Steven Meisel. The editorial celebrated her legacy while acknowledging her personal journey. Despite visible changes to her appearance, Evangelista's poise and magnetic presence reminded the world why she remains one of fashion's most iconic figures. The shoot marked her first major public appearance in years and symbolized a triumphant reclaiming of her image and identity. Later that year, she also appeared in a Fendi campaign promoting the brand's 25th anniversary of its iconic baguette bag. The collaboration was a major moment for both Evangelista and the fashion industry, signaling her enduring relevance and influence. Advocacy and public image beyond modeling, Evangelista has become an advocate for body positivity and self-acceptance, encouraging open dialogue about aging and the pressures of beauty culture. Her willingness to speak publicly about her struggles has resonated deeply with fans, especially women who have faced similar experiences with body image or cosmetic procedures. She has continued to use her platform to discuss the evolution of fashion, inclusivity, and the need for greater compassion within the beauty industry. Despite being private for much of her life, her candidness in recent years has strengthened her reputation as not just a model but also a symbol of authenticity and resilience. Style and influence. Linda Evangelista's style has always been synonymous with reinvention. Throughout her career, she became known as a true chameleon, able to transform her look dramatically with each shoot or runway appearance. Her willingness to experiment with her hair, makeup, and overall image helped set new standards for creativity in modeling. Designers such as Gianni Versace, Karl Lagerfeld, and John Galliano considered her one of their greatest muses. She was equally at home in haute couture as she was in avant-garde editorials, and her collaborations with Steven Meisel remain some of the most iconic images in fashion history. Even today, younger models and designers cite Evangelista as a major influence. Her mix of elegance, confidence, and adaptability continues to inspire new generations who view her as the blueprint for the modern supermodel. Personal strength and legacy. Despite personal and professional challenges, Evangelista has remained an emblem of grace and perseverance. Her story reflects both the glamour and the vulnerability of life in the fashion industry. She has spoken openly about learning to accept herself again after years of isolation and insecurity, demonstrating that true beauty extends far beyond physical appearance. In recent interviews, Evangelista has expressed gratitude for the support of her son and her close circle of friends, including fellow supermodels Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, and Cindy Crawford, with whom she shares an enduring bond forged during the golden era of modeling. Today, Linda Evangelista is recognized not just as a fashion icon but also as a survivor, someone who helped define beauty in her youth and now redefines it again through honesty and courage. Her journey, from global stardom to personal struggle and back to empowerment, continues to inspire millions around the world. Collaborations and iconic fashion moments. Linda Evangelista's career is marked by some of the most memorable collaborations and images in the history of fashion photography. She was more than just a model, she was a creative partner to the industry's greatest visionaries, shaping the aesthetic of high fashion in the late 20th century. Her long-standing collaboration with Steven Meisel produced many of her most celebrated photographs, including countless Vogue Italia covers. Together, they crafted images that blended elegance with emotion, often pushing boundaries of style and narrative. Evangelista has called Meisel her fashion soulmate, crediting him with capturing her most powerful and transformative looks. She was also a frequent muse of Peter Lindbergh, whose black and white portraits emphasized her natural beauty and emotional depth. Lindbergh's famous 1990 British Vogue cover, featuring Evangelista alongside Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, Christy Turlington, and Tatiana Petites, is often credited with launching the supermodel era. The image redefined how the world viewed models, not as nameless faces, but as personalities and icons. Evangelista worked closely with Karl Lagerfeld at Chanel, who admired her poise and theatrical presence on the runway. Her walk for Gianni Versace was legendary, a blend of power and glamour that helped define the bold spirit of 1990s fashion. She also had memorable appearances for Dolce & Gabbana, Valentino, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Yves Saint Laurent, and Christian Dior, among many others. Her versatility made her invaluable to editors and photographers. One day she could embody an ethereal goddess for Vogue, the next a fierce avant-garde vision for Harper's Bazaar. As Anna Wintour once remarked, "Linda is the model who can make anything look extraordinary." The supermodel era Evangelista was a central figure in the rise of the supermodel phenomenon of the late 1980s and early 1990s, a cultural moment when fashion models achieved celebrity status equal to that of movie stars and musicians. Alongside Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, and Claudia Schiffer, Evangelista became part of a legendary group often referred to as the Big Five. Their charisma, professionalism, and friendship captivated the public. They appeared together in countless campaigns and famously starred in George Michael's 1990 music video Freedom 90, directed by David Fincher. The video, featuring the top models lip-syncing to Michael's song, remains one of the most iconic pop culture moments of the decade. Evangelista stood out for her theatricality and confidence. Her ability to constantly reinvent her look, from androgynous minimalism to high-glamour extravagance, earned her the nickname the Chameleon. She could embody any designer's vision and make it unforgettable. Awards and recognition throughout her career, Linda Evangelista has received numerous accolades. She was named Model of the Year multiple times by fashion industry organizations and honored with Lifetime Achievement Awards recognizing her contribution to the art of modeling. In 2003, she received the Vogue Fashion Award for her influence and longevity in the industry. In 2023, Evangelista was celebrated in the Apple TV Plus documentary series The Supermodels, which reunited her with Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, and Cindy Crawford. The series explored their rise to fame, the pressures of the modeling world, and their ongoing impact on fashion and culture. Evangelista's presence in the series was deeply moving. She spoke with vulnerability about her health struggles and how she found her way back to confidence and creativity. Legacy and continuing impact. Linda Evangelista's legacy transcends modeling. She redefined what it meant to be a model, not merely a face or body, but an artist, collaborator, and storyteller. Her influence can be seen in the work of modern models such as Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, and Kaia Gerber, who have all cited Evangelista and her peers as inspirations. Designers and photographers continue to reference her iconic looks from the 1990s in contemporary fashion campaigns. Even decades later, her images remain fresh, timeless, and unmatched in power. More importantly, Evangelista's later life story, one of vulnerability, honesty, and resilience, has made her an even more powerful figure. She has shown that true beauty lies in authenticity, courage, and the ability to adapt. Her journey has transformed her from a symbol of perfection into a beacon of empowerment and humanity. Influence on pop culture and future generations. Linda Evangelista's influence reaches far beyond the boundaries of fashion. It extends deeply into pop culture, photography, music, and the broader conversation about beauty, confidence, and identity. Throughout her career, she became more than a model. She became a cultural icon, embodying the sophistication, experimentation, and power of the late 20th century. Her ability to transform herself, from classic glamour to avant-garde innovation, inspired not only designers but also artists, stylists, and performers across multiple creative fields. Musicians, filmmakers, and visual artists have referenced Evangelista's image and career as a symbol of reinvention. Her sharp cheekbones, commanding eyes, and expressive poses have become synonymous with the very idea of the supermodel. Pop stars like Madonna, Lady Gaga, and Rihanna have all paid homage to Evangelista's fearless approach to style and performance. Gaga, in particular, has cited the 1990s supermodels as major influences on her artistic persona, mirroring Evangelista's chameleonic transformations in her own evolving looks. Similarly, fashion campaigns and music videos in the 2000s and 2010s often recreated the aesthetic pioneered by Evangelista and her peers: cinematic, confident, and unapologetically glamorous. Her appearance in George Michael's Freedom 90 video remains one of the most enduring cultural moments of that era. In that video, Evangelista and her fellow supermodels, Naomi Campbell, Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, and Tatiana Petites, symbolized a new kind of celebrity: independent, international, and self-made. They were women who defined the standards of beauty and strength rather than conforming to them. Role as a mentor and industry voice as the fashion industry evolved into the digital.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.